Hi there, I'm Carmen Roberts and you're watching Online Check-In, the fast-track guide to all that's trending in travel technology. That global giant search engine we all love to hate has thrown its proverbial sun hat into the travel ring. Not only can you book a hotel on Google Maps, brace yourself culture vultures, you can now virtually visit 17 of the world's top art museums and galleries. Using Street View technology, the Uffizi in Florence, MoMA in New York and many more are only a click away. Zoom in on Van Gogh's brushstrokes photographed in 7,000 megapixels, or pore over Botticelli's Birth of Venus inch by inch for free. You can even create your own online art portfolio and email it to your mates. Now, I'm not sure that's going to win you any bragging rights, but this next site surely will. Here's how to book yourself on a flight into space. Kayak is going where no flight aggregator has gone before. Enter 50M, the airport code for Spaceport America, into the From field and head to 90N. Make sure your departure and arrival days are the same. Choose first class, naturally. And for the price of a one-bedroom flat in London, you could be booking your first space flight. Although space trips have yet to officially start, booking on sites like this seems all too easy. The voice of reason tells me that maybe it's better to use an accredited space agent who can advise you on training and logistics. But if you do get there using one of these sites, send me a postcard. Coming back to Earth with a thud, and this next site is all about public transport. Recommended by Fast Track viewer Colin Rainsbury from Toronto, Canada, Wine and Dine the Subway is a site that plots restaurants, bars and attractions near to train stations in key cities like London, Paris and Montreal, allowing you to be the model environmentally friendly tourist. And what you save on taxi fares, you can spend at the bar. But you don't need me to tell you that travel technology is moving from the laptop to the handset faster than you can say there's an app for that. Skitrax is for all those snow geeks out there. Turn on the app, pop it in your pocket, and there'll be no snow fights among your friends over who skied the fastest or the longest. If that leaves you cold, then download Beach Locator. There's up-to-date info on more than 1,000 beaches across Europe and the Med. The GPS locator can even tell you about the variety of sand and the quality of waves. But whether you're going to the beach or the mountains, taking a taxi in a foreign country isn't always a walk in the park. But guess what? There's an app for that too. China Taxi Guide, in my opinion, is worth every bit if it's $9. There's thousands of translated addresses to show your driver where to go. If you're savvy, you'll have downloaded the app before you leave home to avoid the roaming charges. And although it's not the best time to launch a Cairo taxi app, the silver lining is that the peeps at Hood Hot Travel have waived the fee for the time being, in the hope that this can help those travellers stranded or inconvenienced by the trouble in Egypt. Tweet of the week time now, and hotel PR guy, otherwise known as Charles Yap, the social media guru at the Intercontinental Hotels Group, told me about these concierge videos. So even if you aren't forking out for a luxury room at the Intercon, you can still download these tailor-made city guides for free.
It's my pleasure to take you on a tour of our spectacular city.
And finally, seeing the Northern Lights is the holy grail for most travellers heading to the Arctic Circle. So, crafty Norwegian photographer Erik Evjen stuck his camera on a mountaintop overnight, and here are the spectacular results. See you next time.
Thanks, Carmen. Now, here in Dubai, you don't have to go far to find something jaw-droppingly surprising or inspiringly ostentatious or magnificently luxurious. After all, this is a city with dozens of five-star hotels. It's the home of the world's first ski slope in the desert and a palm-shaped island built in the sea entirely from scratch. But there is another side to Dubai, one that's miles away from the glitz and glamour and the five-star prices. You just have to go out there and find it.
If you're looking to get away from the brash, bling-tastic, man-made side of Dubai, then perhaps the best place to start is down at the Creek, the natural seawater inlet that cuts through the historical centre of the city. For around $1, I took an Abra, one of the small water taxis that cross the creek, and enjoyed the centuries-old sight of the traditional dhows that still ply ancient trade routes. My 5-minute trip deposited me at the Spice Souk, thin alleyways pungent with the aroma of dried lemons and cinnamon sticks, where I met up with my guide to the alternative Dubai, Time Out editor Ross Brown.
We have gold souks, silver souks. Gold here is especially cheap, white gold in particular. And there's fish souks, there's silk and spice souks, I mean there's everything.
And if you're a first-timer like me, Ross has a few tips.
It's the unwritten rule of the souk. You don't pay the asking price. The thing with haggling and bargaining is there's a lot of pride involved. If you just dig in and you're dealing with men, it's their trade and they think that, you know, you're not playing the game, it can get quite frosty quite quickly. It's a big act, you know. You're thinking about it, oh, they might have been cheaper next door, could you get it cheaper at home? That's always a great one, they'll just knock 10% off straight away.
In the heat of the afternoon, we found ourselves a world away from the towering cityscape that characterises this startlingly forward-looking place.
This is the Bastakia, which is built on the spot of the original fishing village at the mouth of the creek. And this is the style that Dubai would have been back in the day, with these tremendous wind towers that go right up. And the idea isn't that they look nice, it's that they capture the wind and draw it down. These long, thin streets provide a lot of shadow. And in the summer, when you've got to imagine 50 degrees C is horrific, and back in the day it would have been just desert and sand and heat. So it really worked to provide a little bit of tranquility in an otherwise very inhospitable place.
For Mona Hauser, it was the obvious spot to set up her small hotel and gallery, to provide an intimate atmosphere in a place where bigger is generally viewed as better.
Bastakia is the soul of Dubai, I think. It's completely opposite the towers, and it's a restored community that I think is very precious.
The gallery shows work from artists from all over the Arab world, including Mahmoud Hamadani.
Dubai, in a way, is a hub. People from all over the world come here. In that sense, it's a very attractive place to show one's work.
All that art appreciation can make you hungry, so Ross led the way.
So this is one of your favourite places then?
I absolutely love it here. Once you get away off the beaten track, you know, it's easy to eat in the malls, they've all got food courts, and it's easy to eat in a lot of the nice restaurants. But if you search, you'll find some incredible places. The Betawi Cafe is just one of those places. It's a real Indonesian hangout, it's an Indonesian restaurant. I've been down here before, you can't get a seat because it's been full of Indonesian sailors. Once the boats come in, they just pile down here, the food's that authentic. Good luck. This is soup Betawi, which is a signature dish of the restaurant itself. It starts life as this kind of quite creamy beef, cabbage, succulent soup. The great thing about here is they only use ingredients from Indonesia.
It's lovely.
Bit of crunch.
It's got so many flavours in it. Now, there are countless bars and clubs in Dubai, but I've heard that this one is a little bit special and something of a favourite with the locals.
A chance to learn the ancient Dubai art of salsa dancing? An interesting and unpredictable day, without a beach, top-end hotel or giant shopping centre in sight.
Well, one thing you can say about this job is it certainly throws up a few surprises. I never thought I'd be learning to salsa dance in Dubai. Well, that's it for this week, I'm afraid. But don't forget, you can check out more travel stories anytime you like on our website. That's bbc.com/fast track. But from me, for now, and from the rest of the team here in Dubai, I'm off for a lie down. Goodbye.